Hey, you guys. First and foremost, man, welcome to the channel. Your pond ain't safe. Click that like button, subscribe. Today the topic is frog fishing. It's almost mid-May, so it's that time of year where the top water bite is real good. And sometimes when you want to throw top water, poppers, whopper ploppers, even walking baits, they just don't work. And some of the reason as to why is because of what you're throwing in. Might be an algae bloom, might be moss, pads, treble hooks get caught up. So, what you got to throw? A frog. So today I'm gonna go over 5 things that you need, man, to kind of get into frog fishing. Some modifications that you need to make, and it'll make you a better frog fisher, a better frog angler, I should say. And you're gonna need 5 things. The first thing is, of course, a frog. Can't frog fish without a frog. So there it is. All types of brands. This here is a Booyah. Not very expensive, fairly inexpensive, but it works. Second thing you want, pair of scissors. All right, gonna need the scissors. Third thing you're gonna need is a Sharpie or some type of permanent marker. The fourth thing you want are a pair of pliers. And last but not least, you probably can't see, it's a tiny little nail weight. So those are the first 5 things you're gonna need. The reason as to why you're gonna need them, want to make those modifications. So first modification I always like to make with a frog is I want to trim the skirt on it. I always like to clip them down. There you are. And I want them uneven because a frog's legs are never straight on the water. So if you look at them, those are a little bit uneven. But we have the skirt cut down and looks more natural. That's the first modification we want to make. The second modification that we want to make is we can take this nail and insert it here where the hooks are. And the reason I like to do that is because it adds another element, and that's the element of noise. All right, that's important. Can't really hear it, but you may be able to. A little bit of noise for it. All right, so that's your second modification. Third modification is you want to take your pair of pliers. Because you have a terrible hookup ratio with frogs normally, you want to take them and just bend your hooks up slightly. Bend your hooks up, get a better little ratio as far as your hookup. Let's see here. Great. So not too much, you don't want to break the hooks off, but now have a little better hookup ratio. And the last modification I like to make is I like to draw something on the belly. I'll take the Sharpie here and I'll make a few. You see on the belly where I made some marks on it. Looks more realistic, looks more natural. Got a little bit of noise element to it. The skirt is trimmed down. The hooks are up for better hookup ratio. And there's your simple modifications for a frog. All right, and last but not least, when it comes to the frog, you want to think about your setup, man. You want to have a high gear ratio reel, anything from 7:1 to 1 and up. The faster, the better in this particular situation. Second thing is I find it almost impossible to fish a frog with anything other than braided line. So what I like to use is Smackdown, Seaguar Smackdown, Stealth Gray. Anything from 50 to 65 pound test, man. I like to go a little lighter, so 50 does the job for me, but that's what I like. And you want to have a medium heavy to heavy rod. I would say a heavy rod, because you are going to have to set the hook and get those hooks through. And you also want anything from 7 to 7.3 to 7.6, and that's your normal setup for a frog, man. So you guys keep those things in mind, man. And like I said, that frog bite to be on, that fun way to catch them. Good luck to you guys, man.